Yeah, just a quick view of the Comfort Cool Thumb CMC restriction splint. Basically, CMC is your carpometacarpal joint. Your thumb has 3 joints, and the lower one is the one where you really have a lot of problems with, and that's called your carpometacarpal joint. So anyway, that's where that comes from. There's a bunch of these braces out there, so many to choose from on Amazon and on the internet. So I'm going to tell you about a few features I really like about this one. This has a contoured neoprene strap wraps, so it goes around the thumb here. You see a lot of these splints, like just similar to this, except they don't have that on there. That's still going to give you some decent stability, just having this material wrapped around your thumb. But having that extra layer to go around there and Velcro and adjust as you want to, however much tension, is a really nice feature. Give you that extra stability. This is specifically designed for osteoarthritis, which is wear and tear arthritis, and medial subluxation of your thumb CMC joint. So the lower joint problem as you get older, particularly in females, as they get older, postmenopausal, you have hormonal changes, which create ligamentous laxity. So what you do, the ligaments hold the bones to the bones. One common site where this becomes a problem is your CMC joint. And so you have this, ligamentous laxity. And so what that happens is it creates a little bit of excessive motion in the joint. And then as you stress it, the ligaments, if they're not holding the bones properly, in the later stages, the ligaments start to they shred, and the whole joint kind of collapses on itself, and you see elderly people with deformities like that. Well, that's where the thumb bone has totally subluxed or become partially dislocated because of instability. So the whole thing is an instability issue. That's why I like these braces, because they go around there, they stabilize the joint, and you can avoid a lot of problems if you wear these when you do a lot of heavy work with your thumb. Now, this is made of thin 1/16 inch perforated neoprene. It is antimicrobial, which I like. And there's no natural rubber latex in it, which is good. Some people have a lot of bad allergies with that. So if you're looking for some external stability, I think this is a nice, simple bracelet, a little added feature of that thumb strap. Now, this is actually possible to get internal stability, and that being there are a couple key muscles that actually stabilize that joint, and with just a couple exercises you can actually get that joint strong and possibly avoid a lot of these problems, or at least feel better. The Healthy Thumb Handbook is a good resource here. There's not that many good thumb books out there. There just aren't that many thumb books anyway anybody's written. This is probably one of the better ones. Everything's in layman's terms. I'll show you the exercise or the muscles you need to strengthen. Getting to know your thumb. This just starts out with like anatomy. Lots of pictures if you're a visual learner. You really like it. Shows you the ligaments, the muscles. Relaxing your thumb muscles. Shows you how to make a homemade hot pack, which I thought was kind of cool with a sock and some rice. Getting rid of those trigger points. Okay, so you think you have thumb arthritis. Oh, the problem's just in the joint. Well, that's actually not true. In many cases, what happens is if your joint is irritated, the muscles start to react to that. So it kind of like ticks off the muscles, and then they start having pain because they don't like it. And some of these muscles are trying to stabilize the thumb joint, and they get irritated as well. So not only do you have pain coming from the joint, you also have muscular pain going on. Okay, well, you can actually get rid of that fairly easily. Irritated muscles develop these things called trigger points that are located in the muscle, and this will show you how to get rid of those trigger points just by kind of working them out with several ways. Stretching out your web space. If you have really bad CMC arthritis, chances are your web space is a little tight, so this will tell you how to stretch that out. It will help also treat the muscular pain. This is cool. Taking pressure off the thumb joints shows you a little simple distraction technique you can use. Joints that are arthritic, they love distraction. They love to be pulled apart because it takes the pressure off of them. It gives them time to rest, time to relax. Circulation's better. It just unloads them, and they're happy, so they have less pain. Okay, so here you go. Getting maximal thumb joint stability. Here's muscle number 1, the abductor pollicis longus. This is a muscle you need to be strengthening. Just takes one exercise a couple times a week. You can see how that sucker attaches right to the base of the thumb, and that helps stabilize the joint. The other one is called your first dorsal interossei muscle. You can see how the muscle attaches right to the base of the joint. So a couple exercises, you can help avoid a lot of problems. That gives you internal stability, muscular support. And this is more external stability, and it's quicker than strengthening muscles because that takes a couple weeks to start getting some measurable change in the strength. But definitely something you would want to do. But hey, getting quick stability, slap on a brace, get that extra support, your thumb will be feeling pretty good. So definitely check it out.